Yes, people, welcome back to AFC Talk Show TV, Operation Gunners season 2, episode 2. I've got two guests with me today, but one of them is not here at the moment, so we'll wait for him. But we will add the so-called neutral of the episode today, which is, of course, if you do know him, it's David Knows Best, mate. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, knowing best as always.
Best as always. Fantastic.
Told everyone Arsenal were going to bottle the league. Everyone was like, nah, you know shit. David knows best.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me just... obviously, if you haven't already, please smash the like button and, of course, subscribe if you're new. We are going to just get straight into it, of course. Yeah, the big one.
Yeah.
Obviously, the two elite clubs, normally the FA Cup champions and the Premier League champions, of course, play off in the Community Shield. Obviously, Arsenal have got a cheat code in there because Manchester City dominated domestic cups. David, what do you reckon, mate, the score is going to be in this one?
Right. I think it could be a close game. City obviously are 2 weeks behind you because you started pre-season earlier. So your team should be more fitter.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal scrape a win. But it's a trophy, and Arsenal not really good at winning trophies. So
that's funny.
Well, yeah,
that's
won one.
Huh?
Yeah, won one for a while.
Okay, fair play. I'd say 3 years ain't that bad, but okay, cool.
No.
I'd say that was about
2020,
yeah, 2020,
yeah,
2020. Like
I don't know. I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I think it was 2020. Yeah, 2020.
Yeah. So I think it could be 2-1 to Arsenal personally, just because your players are more fitter, more match fit. But I mean,
I beg to differ on that.
Well, they are. They've had two.
I don't think our players are looking as fit as last season. I can't lie to you, man. Honestly, I can't lie. I don't think our players are looking. There's something about I know, but there's something about this. I think it's all the traveling, you know. I've spoke to people who actually went to America and travelled. Like, obviously, the players travel more in lottery and all that, but they're all getting jet lag, you know. The players the fans who have travelled out there to watch these games and that have been getting jet lag. So the players must be getting jet lag. Bro, it doesn't matter how comfortable you will be, you will, of course, end up getting jet lagged. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
100%. They didn't look exactly the same against Monaco as we did against Barcelona. Let's just say that. I preferred the Barcelona game was high tempo.
Against United because we beat you twice that day.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, of course. Yeah. We beat Chelsea twice. We beat Chelsea twice in America last year, so it was all good.
Twice in space, matter of minutes. But
minutes. I swear the game's 90 minutes. Right.
No, we beat you.
Let's quickly stop you there, David. Let's quickly stop you there because I need some defence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my 2 verse 1 on now.
Fine.
Manny, welcome, my brother. It's a long time. How are you?
Yeah, all good. I just now it's fine. Look, at this particular time, I still have a few Wi-Fi issues I have to get them sorted. But listen, first of all, sorry for joining it late. Had to run an errand or two. Also got a bit famished and I had to get a little bit of grub in me. And of course, some Coke Zero to down things. Love that. And Mr. Shaw, long time no see. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, mate. Hope you're doing all right.
Yeah, can't complain. I've actually got a German exam coming up on Tuesday, so wish me luck for that, yeah?
I would say good German, but I don't know it, so yeah. Auf Wiedersehen. There you go.
It means fair to see it till we meet again, and we are going to meet again very soon. But thanks a lot.
No problem.
And you might be old enough to remember a television program called Auf Wiedersehen Pet. That was probably where you got it from, I'd imagine.
No, I just know goodbye. So other than that, I did listen in German class. I didn't want to...
Right. So hopefully I didn't miss too much. I mean, it says 4 minutes when I joined, so I hope you didn't talk about too much.
No. We've literally just been, me and David have just been going on about banter in the game. Of course, we've got to play Manchester City. David was saying that he reckons that I disagree with him because he reckons that we are the same. We are definitely more fit than Manchester City. I beg to differ on that because I don't actually think we're as fit and gelled together as we were last season. I think it's going to be a slow start this start of the season.
One thing which worries me, sort of segueing into that, is the fact that the new signings obviously been given some priority to get some minutes, which is why we've seen Jurrien Timber played at both right and left back. I think the only position he hasn't been played in is the centre of defence, but it might not be long before that happens. Once again, we've seen the same controversy with regard to Kieran Tierney. Destined to be a substitute who'll come on and get no more than half an hour to show his skills, prove why he's the best left back in the world. But because of the inverted fetish of Mikel Arteta Amatrain, he probably won't get too many starts. And then, a lot of talk has been about Onana getting beaten from 50 yards. But to those top gooners who see it fit to, go on about that, I have to say people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And Ramsdale has certainly, he's been inconsistent. I mean, obviously, he didn't cover himself with too much glory against Manchester United or Barcelona, but he was quite decent. Yeah, Sporting was last season, mate, but he did do quite well in the Emirates Cup, made some decent saves, and of course, it was a poor penalty, but he still had to stick his big right arm out and save it. And we must also wish him a really good season because obviously, not just because of the statement he made about his brother, but also the fact that we got to know about the sad bereavement that he and Georgina underwent not too long after the World Cup. So I don't know if he should have taken time off, to deal with that. Maybe that would have been the best thing. But then we would have been left with Matt Turner and Carl Hein as our goalkeepers, or Hain. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, to be honest. And maybe he felt as though he needed to stay. But maybe his, downturn in form following the World Cup was probably brought on by that. But I hope he will, now that he's obviously married Georgina and is welcoming a second child on the way, which will now be his first child, I hope that he will have a good season. Rice, still, he shows that he has ability, but he still is completely undercooked, if you know what I mean. And there are still going to be some question marks about how we will cope if we don't have Bukayo Saka in the lineup, as proved when we played against Monaco. Yusuf Fofana and Golovin and Maripan and company were literally cutting us open, cutting through us like a hot knife through butter. And this test against City will be a unique one. And one thing which I always say is that City actually pulled a fast one on us. They put one over on us by allowing us to pay through the nose to get Declan Rice, as if they're trying to say, we're still going to get Mateo Kovacic and we're still going to have a midfield that'll cook yours to a crisp. And so that is one thing that worries me, because unless Rice and Partey get that understanding going, unless Odegaard shows up, we could lose the battle in midfield. And it certainly does look as though a few of our players are a little bit rusty. We now know that Jesus will be injured for quite a bit of time. So again, Nketiah is really our only hope. Yeah. And that is a frightening thing. Trossard needs more minutes. And I think that's pretty much it. And one player who needs to be given a lot more appreciation is Gabriel Martinelli. He was arguably our best player against Monaco, despite Nketiah's goal. Yeah. And, I just get the feeling that this game will see us on a bit of a hiding to nothing. And that's why, we can't really be too confident. When we won the Community Shield in 2020, we came in as FA Cup winners. This time around, we are runners-up to the treble winners. So, the treble winners are obviously going to have all of the bragging rights and so forth. And, all we can do is just hope that it will be okay on the day. And yet, I don't know if things will happen the way I say.
Of course, I'm going to get a prediction from you both in a minute. I think David already told me his, but I'll get a recap on that. My thoughts are, of course, Manchester City, treble winners. It's going to be difficult. It is, I'd say it's not a trophy that I'd love to win, but at the end of the day, it is a trophy. Obviously, it ain't the pride of winning the FA Cup this time, like back in 2020 when we done it. Now it's that's the fact that Man City won the treble and we go into it massive underdogs. But Rice, he's not showing his price tag at the moment, which I'm not expecting him to anyway. He's got to be given time and settle in to Mikel's system. Obviously, coming from West Ham, no disrespect to West Ham. I know Hammers would love to try and do something here, but coming from West Ham to Arsenal, to the Arsenal, should I say, there's a lot of difference. There's a lot of difference. We're fighting for the Champions League.
West Ham can win European trophy.
West Ham won the newly competed trophy that was out in 20 whatever.
2 years ago.
It doesn't matter. 2 years from us gone. We ain't in that, so we ain't never had a chance to win that, David. Neither has yourselves. So, you know what I mean? Still, I don't see West Ham winning the Europa League next season, but we'll see how it is. You know what I mean? I see if West Ham don't invest in that 105 million, what we're giving them, I don't think they're going to be staying in the Premier League. But yeah, that's for predictions, I say.
Spurs are getting relegated.
Really? Bloody hell. We'll come to that in a moment. But realistically, I don't have no confidence. Seeing what I saw in pre-season, from seeing what I saw last year, the only game I actually saw, which I was very, very impressed. I'm not going to say MLS All-Stars, because let's be real. Like Benteke was up front for them, and let's just admit that he was absolutely shocking. I think they would have had a better chance if they put Peter Crouch up there. So let's be real on that. You know what I mean? The MLS All-Stars one. But the only thing that I will say is Barcelona one. Where I can really say that we had them on ropes, and I would say they're a better team than Monaco. And we could have scored about 8 against them, and we didn't do that against Monaco. Maybe it was because of jet lag. I do think that some of the fans I've spoke to before from the US, from England, who went to the US tour, have said that they've had traumatic jet lag, which I do understand that the players are probably in like business class, like first class, and all that, living it life and all that, and getting what they need at right times and all that. But of course they will have jet lag. You're human at the end of the day. So I do think that paid a price, but I also think the fact that we didn't have Jesus, this injury has come at the worst time. And I have to say,
I agree.
It doesn't bring me any confidence seeing Eddie Nketiah having to lead the line tomorrow. I really does not see any confidence in it. I really don't. And that's no disrespect to Eddie, but he's a backup striker.
City's defence ain't in trouble. With Nketiah in the room,
bro. I'm literally hoping that Martinelli. I'm hoping that Martinelli, flipping Saka, Trossard, if he comes on, because I know Eddie's going to start, but I'm just hoping that we have a little bit of magic. Rice comes in and proves, proves, because he did well. Let's be real, he did well against Monaco, but no, it was not 105 million performance, as I said. But I'm not expecting to see that yet. I'm not expecting.
He did do well against Man United because Manu had back pocket.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay.
Teenager. But Manny, I'm actually surprised you didn't pick up on this, to be honest. Arsenal are playing the treble winners in the Charity Shield, and that's not the first time that's happened, is it, Manny?
Also, you guys, Also, may I just add, it's not the first time that second place have had to play a team who's won the double or more. You guys have had to do it twice to us. One in 1998. Thank you very much. And one in 2002. Check that up if you need.
Yeah.
But then, of course, we had to return the favour in 99 after they won the treble.
Yeah.
2-1.
Oh, well.
Won it 2-1.
I was only one. It's all good. I was well and alive for the 2002 one, bro. I was well happy about it. Trust me. But we're obviously this is Operation Gunners. So we are not going to do a Manchester City lineup. Don't think I'm getting into all their flipping players yet. I'll go first and then we'll get some predictions. David, I don't expect you to do a lineup for this one unless you really want to. You want to? Okay, cool. That's fine by me. Obviously, it's got to be our number one, Ramsdale. Obviously, the rumours that David Raya is coming. I still want him to come. Don't get me wrong. Competitive spot. We've got a lot of games this season, and I do not feel safe going into Champions League games knowing that if my number one gets injured, we've got Matt Turner. That's no disrespect to Matt Turner. Plus
Matt Turner leaving though.
Yeah, he's getting linked to Nottingham Forest, I believe. Which we've done the same with Austin Trusty. Big up your goddamn self.
Yeah. No,
enjoy Sheffield.
But Matt Turner wants to join a club that can win the European Cup.
Oh, shut up, man. I can't wait to come back on these, man. I can't wait to come back on these. When we win, a Champions League, you know what I mean? A European Cup now, you're saying it, yeah? Even if we go on a little pre-season thing in Europe, I'm going to shout that in your face as well. I'm joking. I wouldn't. Right. Lineup. For me, I want, of course, Aaron Ramsdale in goal. This might actually be this is my lineup, so I'm not going with what Mikel. Mikel might choose different, but I want Timber. I want Saliba. Obviously, Gabriel. And then I want man like Kieran Tierney in my left-back position. Scottish people, don't have a go at me. My dad's Scottish. I'm half Scottish. Chill out. Obviously, Kieran Tierney won't be in that lineup to begin with. Let's be real on that. Obviously, I want my number 6, a CDM, as Thomas Partey. On the right central attacking midfield, I want Odegaard. And the left, I want Declan Rice. Obviously, Starboy Saka got a goal as a right mid, right wing, whatever you call it. I really don't want to say it, but it's gonna be his. Actually, no, it's my lineup. Then mine. Trossard up front and Martinelli on the left. Havertz, I don't think he suits this sort of game against Manchester City. No flipping way. Don't get me wrong. I didn't see too much that I didn't like in pre-season. I thought he was all right, apart from that skill thing that he did. I thought
that was brilliant. That was fantastic. Oh, that was fantastic, that I thought.
After that, he did bag some.
Like I don't
know whether Mudryk has scored in the pre-season. Has Mudryk scored yet in the pre-season?
Fuck no, I don't know.
All the Chelsea. We're going to have to ask JPT and company about that, or maybe Hanno might.
If JPT can let me know. But I'm just going to say this. Havertz has come into the Arsenal team and scored more goals than Mudryk already. Thank you very much, Havertz.
Sure.
65 million.
Yeah.
David, do you want to do your lineup, mate?
Yeah. Ramsdale in goal. Timber at right back. Saliba, Gabriel, Tierney. Then I would play Rice and I would play him with Odegaard and Smith Rowe. No, with Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe. I would also play Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and I would play Balogun up top. I won't play. Play Kit Kat. I won't play Kit Kat, and I won't play Trossard. I like Trossard, but I would play Balogun, and I would make him my star striker until Jesus gets back.
Right? Did you see
what a big call that is? Yeah, what's really big about that call is that I don't think Balogun had too many minutes in pre-season. I think, he probably had some chance, didn't quite make it, and then he was banished back to the fringes, which is really unfair in a way, but it just goes to show, it can be a little bit ruthless. Arteta has his favourites, and then he has his fringes who he just, tosses aside. It is what it is. I'm also intrigued, David. Why wouldn't you have Thomas Partey starting?
Because I'd play Rice, and then Timber can join midfield and play as a CDM, which you can do, and then that would leave Odegaard and Smith Rowe to play like number 10 and in the central midfield. But I think Timber's going to be so good for you this season that he's going to be literally right back, centre back, right back, CDM in all the
played left back as well.
Yeah, and I just feel
go ahead.
Move him into CDM when you don't need him, and that's why I think I don't think Partey's played much either, has he? So
Partey played against Barcelona. I think the only game he missed was possibly against you lot because he weren't out with the team.
Yeah, so no, I'd play Smith Rowe because I do like Smith Rowe, and play Rice personally. It probably will. I don't think you need two central defensive midfielders, in my opinion. I don't care that it's City. It's a Charity Shield. Try one, it might work. Move Timber all around, might work. You never know. But yeah, I would definitely start Balogun all day long.
Well, I mean, if you decide that if you think that we should play Timber, I just hope, in the name of hope, that we do not start. I mean, Zinchenko might still be injured, but that means that Tierney now has to play, and then. We've already had the problem with Gabriel being overworked on the left. Could Saliba possibly be overworked on the right? And my biggest worry is that Saliba, he was a bit lucky against Monaco. He committed a couple of bad fouls, and quite a few people had said that if it were a Premier League game, he would have been sent off by Anthony Taylor. Well, thankfully he wasn't, and just as well because we needed. In as much as he didn't really have his best game, we couldn't afford to lose one of our central defenders. So. One thing which gets my goat is that because Nketiah is so inept, Arteta has to move to a 4-3-3 formation. But you're going to agree with me on this, MK. Last season, we played... What was that sound? Never mind. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, well, thank goodness for that. Last season, when we started, we actually played our best football with the 4-2-3-1 formation because we had Jesus and he was strong enough to be able to hold the line and provide some good link-up play. But with Nketiah, he does move quite well, but he's not really prolific. So if we had to play a false nine in either Trossard or Havertz, who can at least, who at least has a good shot on them in theory, at least if we can do it that way, we can afford to have two central defensive midfielders in front of the back four. And with, Odegaard as number 10 and Saka on the right and Martinelli on the left, we can go back to that formation. I really don't know if, he's probably said goodbye to Kyle Walker, but I don't think Guardiola will be that half-baked to consider playing that ridiculous 3-2-4-1 formation that he tried to do at certain points during the latter half of the season. So we need to make sure that we play some of our best football where we try to stack that midfield to prevent their midfield from basically cooking us, as it were. Because three in that midfield will not fill me with confidence. And you just know they're going to play two defensive midfielders of their own. It could be Rodri, it could be John Stones, or even if they have a back four, Stones will sort of invert. I do like Timber. I do think with his right foot he's good. And I think defensively he will lend a great deal more because obviously he may not be necessarily able to overlap too much, but he can come a little bit up forward. I don't want to see him coming into the midfield, but just try and relieve Saka if he possibly can, or at least help relieve him. So for me, it would be Ramsdale in goal, Timber at right back, Tierney at left back. No excuses. No more of this inverted crap. If you're going to play Timber at right back, you need to play a proper solid left back. And if he does insist on playing Tomiyasu at left back, I am literally going to shave my head.
Okay.
Tearing my hair out.
I want to see Tomiyasu start at left back, please.
Oh, bugger off, sure.
I'm going to send out. I'm going to send out this video.
Oh God.
All right.
I think Manny's live on this channel.
If he does do that, I'm really going. Never mind. Well, I said it. Now I have to do it. It's a little bit like when Gary Lineker said he'd do match of the day.
David will be the first one. As soon as the lineup goes out, Manny, you've put yourself under it now, mate. He'll be searching the name. If Tommy Yasu's on that,
exactly.
He'll be going back. He'll be typing the video in.
I agree. But listen. It's nowhere near as bad as when Gary Lineker said he'd do match of the day in his jocks if Leicester won the Premier League. That was really when he put his foot in his mouth.
I thought he said he'd do it naked. I thought he said he'd do it naked. And he had to wear shorts.
You know as well as I do that mate, you know as well as I do that the BBC have standards. They never would have allowed them to do that.
I don't know.
But so as I said, Ramsdale. So Ramsdale, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Tierney, and that's my back five. Yeah. Defensive midfielders, Declan Rice, I think on the left, and Thomas Partey on the right, or it could be either or. So that will sort of lend that solidity there. Martinelli on the left, Odegaard is the number 10, Saka on the right. This forces Odegaard to get into the game a lot more the way he was able to do at the beginning of last season. And then for the false nine, who else but Brighton's best, Belgium's best, Leandro Trossard. A better shot on him than Kai Havertz, more prolific than Eddie Nketiah. It's a bird, it's a plane.
100%.
It's Leandro Trossard.
I need to see that. We're just going to go through a comment here. Hassan, absolute legend. Big up your goddamn self. He was watching the Ukraine, of course, Zinchenko versus in the Ukraine. I can't remember the other legend, but big up. Make sure if you haven't already, go donate.
Oleg Luzhny?
Shevchenko?
I don't actually know the score in that.
Shevchenko.
Yeah, no, Zinchenko. It was Zinchenko in the Ukraine match at the bridge. He's just put, at Stamford Bridge. I don't think they could have got the Emirates. I don't know why they chose the bridge. I think it's because it's blue. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I actually don't know why they chose that.
I think it was Shevchenko's initiative. Shevchenko played for Chelsea, so Zinchenko joined in, and the fact that it's blue, which is part of the Ukraine flag, probably has something to do with it.
Had something to do. They couldn't really play at them.
Yeah,
imagine that.
I don't even know. To be honest, I didn't even know it was on TV. Yeah, Peter Cech's in goal. Odo, Cannavaro, PK, Serginho, Makelele, Sola, Seedorf, Joe Cole, Etu, and Shevchenko. He was one of the teams anyway.
Well, I think Zinchenko's on Team Blue. So what team's that?
I don't know. It says here Team Shevchenko. So it could be Team Shevchenko. I can't even pronounce his fucking name. Versus Team Zinchenko. No, Zinchenko's playing in yellow.
Oh,
so Zinchenko versus with one. Yeah.
Well, they winning.
Don't know. Fingy's there. Wenger.
Oh, Wenger. Oh, yeah, that's probably why he was down at Monaco for the Monaco game.
Clarence
anyways. Huh?
Clarence Seedorf scored. Clarence Seedorf. So,
what's that for yellow?
That's all I know. Cliche and Sanya at fullback for Zinchenko's team.
No way.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah. I can't see the team though, but yeah.
But anyways, we'll just get back into it. Of course, I don't know where we actually picked off there. Yeah, so I doubt Zinchenko ain't obviously going to play tomorrow. Otherwise, obviously, Mikel Arteta's favourite would go straight in there, being inverted. But I don't want to see Timber invert like Zinchenko's side, like we do with the left-hand side. I want to see him just give Saka a little bit of help if he needs, even if it means cutting on the inside or the outside, whichever one that is. I don't want to see him track into midfield and try and do what Zinchenko's doing. I hope that ain't the plan. Predictions, boys.
2-1 to Arsenal.
2-1 to Arsenal.
This is going to be a tough one.
I am going to go 1-1 penalties, and we're going to win it on pens.
United on pens.
Shit on pens, yeah. But Ramsdale.
Boy, are you confident?
No, actually, we beat Monaco. Yeah. I'm going to go pens. I'm going to think that we'll win 5-4 on pens. 1-1, 5-4 on pens.
Who's going to miss the penalty then?
I'm not so confident.
John Stones will sky one.
I tell you what.
This comes through.
Yeah. I tell you what, you can definitely tell Wenger as the manager of this team, Zinchenko. It's got probably after ex-Arsenal. It's got Lehmann, Sanya, Morgan, Risa, Clichy, Perez, Gilberto Silva, Jack Wilshere, Zinchenko,
my boys,
Noble. I'm like, that is literally most of Arsenal.
Oh, that's
brilliant. So yeah,
Manny, what do you reckon the score will be?
Ooh, I'm not so confident as you. I think knowing Guardiola as well as I do, he will play some of his first teams, maybe one or two fringe players, and then bring on a few of his, new. I don't think Guardiola's going to play because obviously the transfer is completed, so that'll be in time for the start of the season. But Guardiola won't be involved. But Kovacic should definitely get a start, as will De Bruyne and company. And I just think that, with the way we still don't quite look settled, I think City might once again put us to the sword. Maybe we'll get a goal. No clean sheet for Ederson or whoever will be in goal. But I can't look beyond. I'll try to be as positive as I can. 2-1 to City.
Yeah, that's why.
I think Trossard will score for us, but it will be Haaland and maybe Rodri who will score for City.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Quickly, lads, we are going to get a Premier League prediction. We're just going to do the top 6 and the bottom 3. This is where Luton Town fans might not like me either, but hey-ho. You're going down, boys. They might actually do something, but I think
I'll say this now, Mason. Working at Luton Town, I know what their fans are like, and the ground's a shithole. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. It is a shithole.
Yeah, I know. I've been there before.
I think a lot. I think they could surprise a few people. I'll say this right now: Tottenham will go to Kenilworth Road and get beat.
Oh yeah, I reckon they will.
There you go.
I reckon quite a few of the big boys will actually get beat there, But I think what will let Luton down, in my opinion. Right, we'll get straight into it. I'll go first with my bottom 3. We'll go bottom 3 first, and then we'll go top 6. All right, and see at the end of the season we'll come back to this. Of course, this is on the Operations Gunners. Let's get straight into it. So 20th for my prediction is Luton. I do think Luton are going to be decent at times, but I do think they will go down. And the reason why I do think is when they go to away games, they will get absolutely destroyed, in my opinion. I don't know too much about them, to be honest, apart from their ground's an absolute tip. Quite honestly, yeah. Right, 19th. I think 19th, I have to say, I do think Sheffield United are going to go down. I think 2 of the promoted teams are going to go back down. Obviously, I know they signed Trusty, and Trusty, I can't believe this. But yeah, Trusty's obviously gone there, but I don't think he's going to help them as much as they need. So I think they're going to be 19th. And then, God, this might actually shock a few, but I actually reckon they will, Everton. I think Everton are going to go down. I think they're going to be one of the teams who do go down or thereabouts. Obviously, we're not going any further up, but I do think they will be down in that race. And I do think they'll go down. Luck of the third time unlucky. See you later, Everton. I hope so. Anyway, either them or Liverpool. David, I'll come to you. What's your 3 on who's getting relegated, mate?
All right. Man City are finishing bottom. No. Man City will finish bottom because halfway through the season they'll finally get the charges against them, and they'll
hallelujah
points took off them. They'll finish bottom with minus something. So that's my prediction. I also think Nottingham Forest, and I think Palace. So Palace.
Yeah.
I've forgotten who I said now. Palace.
Man City.
Yeah, Forest.
And Forest.
Yep.
So you actually think the three new boys, Luton, Sheffield United, and Burnley, will all stay up?
Yep. I think Burnley have got a good manager. I think
Burnley will definitely stay up.
I think Luton could scare a lot of teams at Kenilworth Road. If Luton go down, it'll be because of their away form. But I do think Luton will just scrape it. They're supposedly signing Hannibal as well. And I tell you what, if they get Hannibal, watch out. And they have got, in my opinion, the best ever Championship player, and that's Pele Ruddock Mpanzu. He's absolutely amazing player to watch.
I'm intrigued what this Hannibal. I'm a bit intrigued what this Hannibal fella's going to do. Is he going to eat the brains of their opposing team's goalkeepers and star strikers with some fava beans and maybe a nice Chianti on the side?
Possibly.
Well, my bottom three is exactly that of my dear friend Mr. Khan, Citizen Khan, if you will. Luton will finish bottom, I'm afraid, because it's got nothing to do with the size of their crowd. I just think big up the chairs at all departments. By the way, we were actually doing a stream on Thursday night called The Tier List. I invite you to go on their channel and check it out. Craig Beasley, Matthew Harrison, and myself were taking an in-depth look at all the teams, and we were just coming to conclusions as to who would be, in the bottom three, who would be in the top six. And we practically did the entire table from 20 to 1 or 1 to 20 or what have you. But we predicted that Luton would finish bottom and Sheffield would finish 19th. It would be a battle between those two, in effect, to try and avoid the wooden spoon, as it were. And the third team to go down would be an established team, one of the teams which survived last season, and that would be Everton. An absolute shambles. The only transfers they brought in are the ex-England and Manchester United and Aston Villa defender Ashley Young. You'll remember him very fondly. I'm sure you will, Dave. And I was expecting him to stay at
Arsenal too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've got a sad face.
Yeah, and I was expecting him to stay at Aston Villa to sort of wind down his career and become a coach. But Unai Emery and his coaching staff, ruthless as they are, probably felt that he'd be better served playing football elsewhere. And they didn't really feel comfortable keeping him on the books. But they've also got Danjuma, the ex-Spurs and Bournemouth guy, I think. I mean, I don't know if... ex-Spurs, definitely. And they just haven't brought in enough players to make sure that they are serious about avoiding relegation. One of their better players, Connor Cody, on loan from Wolverhampton, has since gone to Leicester. And Asmir Begovic has left, so who's going to be their reserve goalkeeper? They just look in absolute shambles right now. And the thing about a guy like Sean Dyche is that in as much as he might have a good record of preventing teams from going down consecutively, at one particular point, your luck will run out. And he did get sacked at Burnley before they eventually went down. And I just think that Everton, relegation has to happen to them for them to really get everything in order. So, sorry, Toffees fans. It's not going to be this season. Yeah. So those are my three to go down. Burnley, on the other hand, Dyche's former team, I believe they will stay up. I think if you watch Vincent Kompany and the way he was coaching the Anderlecht team, he's going to bring that type of approach to Burnley. They're certainly not going to go to the Kompany's former stomping ground and, snatch 3 points from, the treble winners. But they're going to do more than enough against the other teams to pick up some points and make sure they stay in the Premiership. But I think they will certainly be good to watch. And it'll be nice to see Burnley continuing to come back to the Premiership and play under different managers, whether it's Owen Coyle, whether it's Dyche, now Kompany. I think they'll be a good team. And they've also signed the England under-21 hero, James Trafford. I think if he gets some games, he will certainly compete well with Ari Miric, the ex-City keeper.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Top 6 predictions. Obviously, I'll go first, and I'm not going to be biased at all by putting Arsenal first. From what I've seen so far, I still think we need 2 or 3 players before we're right in there, and I can clear say that we're going to win the title. I do think we'll be challenging though, but Obviously, you exactly know what's going to happen. Manchester City will be first. I know David hopes they get the charges, but I don't see it happening. Just if they do get the charges, I do feel like Arsenal will just be below.
But if it's delegated, you can come back here and say, "I told you so."
Yeah, I will. I will be very happy if they do, but I just think they'll pay their way out of this one, mate. But yeah, so I do think Man City will come first. Then it may be Arsenal. Hopefully, it will be. I've got to go Arsenal. Hopefully, not by 5 points this time, or maybe like one, maybe last day of the season, something like that. Maybe we'll even nick it or something. I don't know. Third, I have to say, I do think Man United will come third. I think they won't be far behind us, to be honest. I think it will be a proper title race this season, with Manchester City just nicking it. Unless, of course, they get the charges, then it will be between us and United. Third, I think that...
You mean fourth?
Oh, yeah, fourth. Yeah, fourth. Sorry, fourth, I think Liverpool. They're sorting out their midfield. If they do get that guy from Southampton who we were interested in, Liva, something like that. Sorry for the pronunciation. I think they will get fourth. I do think they'll be a little bit far, not too far behind Man United or Arsenal or Man City, but I do think they'll be about maybe 5 points or 4 points, something like that. Fifth, I do think that Newcastle will get fifth. I don't think they'll get Champions League football. And sixth, I think it'll be Chelsea. I think Pochettino's side will get sixth. Don't have Champions League football or any European football at the moment. But I don't think their squad will gel as quickly as Chelsea fans seem to think. Chelsea fans, you can have your say in the comments. David, what is your top six, mate?
Top Man United. Not biased. Arsenal will finish second, but we'll win the title when we play Arsenal at Old Trafford. There you go. We'll either win it against Arsenal like we did in 2011, or you can give us a walkout like you did in 2013. There's my prediction. Arsenal will finish second, though. Third.
Yeah, you know who was booing that day at the Emirates?
Yeah.
I never gave you no clap. Remember that.
Third
Dirty Van Persie, man. Dirty Van Persie.
Third will be Liverpool. Fourth will be Aston Villa.
Oh, I can see that, to be fair. I didn't even consider Villa.
Fifth will be Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
And sixth will be Luton Town.
Luton Town. Why, mate?
Tottenham won't get Europe. West Ham won't get Europe.
I was just about to say that. Where do you think Tottenham?
Chelsea won't get Europe. And obviously City are getting relegated. David knows best, guys.
Fair play, fair play. Manny, what is your top six predictions?
Well, I was having a huge Barney with the boys at UTC IAD, and we had a lot of different predictions. I was the only person to predict that Arsenal wouldn't repeat as champions, but Beasley, Harrison, and even Harry Redknapp, who they interviewed on a separate program, predicted that Arsenal would win the whole thing. Go figure. And my first question when they said that was, are you lot taking the mickey? Because I think I can't look beyond City repeating as champions this time around. They will obviously renew their squad. They've refreshed and renewed their squad in the places where renewal is required, and they're going to make sure that they do whatever they can to retain it. I don't see them retaining the Champions League crown because other teams are going to want to try and come back at them, and don't look beyond Real Madrid wanting to gain revenge on them, mind you, among other teams. Oh, yeah, United, of course, will fancy their chances. We're also going to be in the Champions League.
Until you meet Bayern, they knock you out. You know that's happening. You know it's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. We know the drill. We know the drill. But
at least let us get to the quarterfinals, Munich. Come on, man.
Yeah.
let us live a little bit. Or the semis.
Bitte schön, Munich. Bitte schön.
Just come on, man.
I'll be honest.
And,
I'll be honest. I'll let you get all the way to the final, and then it'll be more sweeter when Man United win it.
No.
But anyway, so City to be champions, and my second place team would be Liverpool. United would finish third. Or was it United second and Liverpool third? I don't quite remember. But I have Arsenal finishing
United
fourth.
second. United second.
Fourth days. Do you think that Arsenal will win a trophy, Manny, this season? If so, what trophy?
I'd love to see them at least take the League Cup seriously and try and win that, or even the FA Cup would be good. But
I'd like to see Arsenal win the League Cup. I'll be honest, just to see what Arsenal fans react like.
It's been more than 30 years.
The whole fan base will go.
Been more than 30 years since we've won that.
The whole fan base will go into meltdown.
Yeah, and I remember what happened, Manny. I remember what happened when you last fucking won it. Fucking
United won.
No, your captain dropped. No, one of your players dropped your captain, or your captain dropped another player, and he missed the FA Cup final when you did the double.
Andrew Linnigan, I remember that too.
Yeah,
it was Adams who dropped Linnigan, but it is what it is. And
he missed
and
the
of course
FA final.
Yeah, and the following year
has just put this exclusive and has reached agreements with Ajax. They are looking to spend big. You know what I mean?
That means Thingy's going. That means Casido's going.
Yeah, Casido must be going to Chelsea, which is not good.
I don't think no.
I mean, if we could have sold Thomas Partey and gotten Mohamed Kudus, one Ghanaian for another, I would have been happy. But
I'd have still got him anyway. No matter, I wouldn't have sold Partey, but I would have still got Caicedo. You know what I mean? I'd still got him.
Or Kudus as well as quality. I saw him in Qatar.
If I was Arsenal, I'd sign Basmati. Personally.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right, boys.
Then you can have Basmati Rice in the centre. But Manny, who's finishing 5th and 6th?
I've got Chelsea finishing 5th, and I remember predicting that Aston Villa would grab the final Europa League spot, but the boys overruled me and said it would be Newcastle. Because I'll tell you what, Newcastle have made one or two purchases. I just don't know if they've actually been able to strengthen in the right places. Kieran Trippier is absolute quality on the right side of defence. Botman and Schär have looked really good. But Newcastle was supposed to have made a bid for Kieran Tierney right now. Can you imagine them going into a Champions League with Dan Burn and Matt Targett as your left backs?
I know.
And I think a lot of football fans will agree with me that the Newcastle team in the mid-90s, which were playing in the Champions League, had far better quality players than the players they've got now. Granted, Nick Pope might be at least a shade better than Shaka Hislop and Pavel Srnicek, but
rest in peace.
Newcastle, yeah, both of them. So Srnicek, and of course, shout out to Hislop, who had a bit of a health scare when during a match in America. I think that might have been Real Madrid and AC Milan. I'm not too sure. But but I don't see this Newcastle team having that much quality to sustain a European run in the Champions League, and that could also affect their Premiership form. So they won't return to the Champions League, but they should get a European position.
Yep.
The boys and I were fighting, saying that Newcastle would finish in 6th, but the boys also did say that Aston Villa, even if they finished 7th, they'd win the Conference League and get into the Europa League anyway.
I
do.
But what people need to realise is that this season coming, you can finish 5th and get into the Champions League because of the new format.
Is that definite though?
It all depends. It's okay. Somebody's gonna have to correct me because I don't even know if I say the coefficient. The top 2 European countries who are top on the coefficient, if that's what it's called, they get an extra spot in the Champions League, starting from next season when it changes into the league format.
I hope that ain't true because goodness me, that would be horrible, man. Seeing 5, that would
to be honest,
it'll just make 4th look like now we'll be going 5th is the way. 5th.
Yeah, but there's no guarantees. it all depends on how people have done in Europe, and obviously City won the Champions League, so that's got to put England close. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if it's actually 100% confirmed that it's changed into a league format. And obviously, playing it on Football Manager, I can't fucking stand it because
I can't stand that league format.
Just to say it how it is on Football Manager, the top 8 automatically go into round 16. The next 8 go into the playoffs, and then the next 8 after that actually finish 15th in the league, qualify for the Champions League, like first knockout round, and go on and win it. And I just feel that it degrades the competition. You can finish 15th or 16th and go on and win the league or the Champions League. It's fucking stupid in my honest. I'll be honest. If United finish 16th and go on and win it, I'll be happy. But I'm saying it now. It's just a load of bollocks, in my honest opinion.
As well as it is literally, I play Football Manager as well, as you know, David. But it is. I don't agree with that league format as well. I really don't. But you need to play. You need to stop playing the one you're play. You need to stop. You need to start playing the proper one, because winning the Champions League is easy on mobile, mate. What can I say, mate? I'm class, bro. Buy Ivan Toney and you'll be fine, man. Just buy Ivan Toney. Train that Morales geezer. He was at Rangers.
Yeah, that's what Hashim's just said.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
100%. It all depends.
By the way, before we go, can I ask Manny a question? Manny, who's winning the World Cup?
You mean the Women's World Cup? Yeah. Ooh. That's a toughie. I mean, what a crazy World Cup it's been. Germany out, Brazil out.
It's coming home.
So I'm not too sure about that. I think Japan look red hot. And bear in mind, in a previous edition, Japan did beat us in the semi-final en route to, I think, winning the whole thing. So don't look beyond them. The US, of course, have huffed and puffed and managed to get in. They very nearly got out. But I tell you what, taking a look at the way Argentina won, I wouldn't be surprised if the US get their act together, although I think the likes of Rapinoe and Morgan look to be in a little bit of decline a bit. England have really surprised me by the resilience they showed in winning against Denmark after a dreadful start where they, just won 1-0 by the skin of their teeth against Haiti, I think it was. But
penalty.
I think they should be able to outlast Nigeria, but I don't see them going all the way to the final this time around. And there are a lot of teams in the second stage going into the quarterfinals will be very hungry. France also do look quite good under Hervé Renard, and it's hard to say.
Yeah, and
I might be
go on.
I might be going for Japan as one of my favorites, along with France.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got. I mean, obviously, before the tournament, everyone was saying Australia's got a great chance because of Sam Kerr. There's no two ways about it. And England could play Australia in the semi-finals.
I guess so. Japan is on the other side of the thing. So we ain't got Japan. So the people are on the outside: Australia, Denmark, France, Morocco, and then it's England, Nigeria, Colombia, and Jamaica. So we'll either play if we can beat Nigeria, which I'm confident we can. They're a decent side. I reckon we can.
On paper, we should get to the semi-finals. On paper,
yeah, I think minimum semi-finals. I reckon we could. You know what I mean? But I do fancy our chances against Nigeria on the 7th, and I do fancy our chances when we do play either Colombia or Jamaica. I do think.
Obviously, Jamaica have got Bunny Shaw, so you keep Bunny Shaw quiet, you've got a chance. If you let her play, you're in the shit.
2 seconds. I'm just gonna close the door.
As I was saying, Australia played 3 games without Sam Kerr because she's injured. If she comes back, she's going to be so fresh. Granted, she might not be match fit, but she's going to be so fresh. And you do not want a fresh Sam Kerr, in my honest opinion, in the knockout stages. So I'm not. But then when she got injured, they said she'd miss the first 2 games and she'd be back by the 3rd. So the injury could be even more worse than they actually thought. So,
or maybe they just didn't want to run the risk of aggravating it so soon and keep her a little bit fresh. As long as she's able to train with them, she will be match fit. And this just in, I've got some news on Twitter. Alexander Zinchenko played the first 11 minutes of the game for Ukraine. There was an agreement between Arteta and the people responsible, so he will be ready for the Community Shield game tomorrow. And if he's ready, that could very well mean that he ends up starting despite not playing much. If he starts, given the choice between him and Tomiyasu, I'd probably go for Zinchenko because that way I get to keep this mop on my head.
Nah, Tomiyasu.
Yeah, David's crying at the thought of not having to do that. But boys, we will have to wrap up now because I am going out for a meal. And
but Mason, you can't even deny that you want Manny to come on your show and shave his head live on your channel. See,
I won't do it live, but I will. I won't do it live, but I will. I won't do it live, but I will promise you that next time I come on the show, it will be with a nice bald pate.
Lovely. For Manny's sake, I hope that Zinchenko plays instead of Tom.
You're about to.
And for Arsenal's sake,
Zinchenko or Tierney.
Zinchenko or Tierney, please just play.
But
before we go, of course, we're gonna have the lads shout out their socials. Manny, we'll start with you, my friend. There you go.
Yes, first of all, big up to Mason. Thanks a lot for having me on, mate. It's been a long time. Looking forward in some ways to the start of this season. Been hoping to sort of do a bit of stuff in preparation for that, but I've been going through a few things, and coming on these streams always gives me a sense of, life, if you will. Good to see Mr. Shaw as well. Hope to come back on his channel soon if he gets it up and running once again. Usual YouTube, you know where to find me. Del Boy Gunner TV, Oris Talks Football, Coach's Corner, Up the Cherries in all departments, and a few other channels, Tony Claude Gunner TV, several others I can't really name at the moment. But as always, big up to AFC Talk Show TV, another wonderful extension. Always happy to come over here and sort of shoot the breeze with MK, my fellow Gooner. And on social media, Instagram and Threads, you can catch me at Manny Thangadurai 1981. And on Twitter, the cesspit, or X as it's now called, it's Thangadurai 1981. And one thing I always say is that if we can't learn to agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. Whenever we come on these streams, a little bit of banter is fine, but let's keep it, sensible and respectful. Big up to everyone in the chat who's joined in and left comments. You're the ones who make this video and MK's channel what it is. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Good luck to Arsenal, obviously, for the Community Shield. I hope we can nick a win, but I'm predicting otherwise, obviously. And, of course, next week we go again with a new Premiership season. Looking forward to that. Until then, enjoy your Saturday evening. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and stay happy. Don't do anything that David or MK or I wouldn't do. For now, though, adieu.
Thank you very much, Manny.
Or
Apologies for that. That was my dog. He's only a little puppy. He's only about 3 months old. So you have to apologise for that. David, if you'd like to shout out your social media.
Yeah, at the moment, I don't have a Facebook because Facebook are twats. So you can follow me on Instagram _knows_best87, where everybody I know has been missing my goal celebrations. Also, I'm on TikTok. I don't know my TikTok account, but yeah, or you can follow me on Twitter. Again, I don't really know that either. I think it's David Knows Best again. I don't really know. Mostly it's Instagram. But yeah, thanks for having me, Mason. Have a good meal. Enjoy McDonald's. Don't forget, get the missus a McFlurry. Yeah. And Manny, good luck with your German test. I'm sure you're going to smash it. And just remember, City's getting relegated. Luton's getting European spot. David Knows Best. Oh, and United's winning the league.
Thank you very much. And hopefully we'll come back on in May and see that United are not going to win the league. But thank you guys so much. Of course, make sure you subscribe to AFC Talk Show TV. Thank you to the lads once again. Manny, of course, good luck in that German exam. Of course, Harry Kane might be in one of your classes very soon, learning German as well.
He's not going to come all the way down here with me, but we could share an online class. I don't know, but
we could see that happening, Spurs fans. Surely.
In all honesty, Manny and Harry Kane have got something in common. They've never won a trophy.
Very, very true.
Well, I've never played football, so wind your neck in.
Hey.
True. Neither Harry Kane as well. But thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you follow AFC Talk Show TV on Instagram, and of course give me a follow as well. MK the Don 14. Of course, the full team was before Eddie Nketiah was given that number. So do not put me in association with the Eddie Defence League. I am Thierry Henry all the way. My number 14, my real number 14. But yeah.
Ever.
I'm going to make sure that never, ever. Anyways, thank you guys for so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.
And Manny,
David, also about the McDonald's, I'm now getting daggers from the right of me because now she thinks that I'm taking her to McDonald's. So thanks a lot for that. I now have to ring up McDonald's and cancel.
Get McFlurry. Galaxy Caramel.
Thank you very much, lads, and I'll see you guys very soon.
Enjoy your hair, Manny.